been the leader of clean places, friendly faces for nearly 60 years. When you visit our stores, you'll find something for the entire family to enjoy, from our restaurants to plenty of drink and snack options. So whether you're back on the open road or planning to be soon, we'll be here for you and your entire travel party, keeping our stops safe, clean, and stocked with all your road trip needs. Love's the heart of the highway.
Come join Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. Blue Cross, Blue Shield. We also have a dental plan. You could be the next driver of the month. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. You're a certified mechanic looking for a job, then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We need good mechanics. Call John Smothers or Ken Bray for the maintenance department. You will have a future at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Hey everybody, Mike McDowell, driver of the Love's Travel Stop Ford Mustang for Front Row Motorsports. Just want to send out a special thanks to all you out there that are working so hard to keep America moving. We know that the world's crazy right now and things are trying and we know that this is a difficult time, but we're so thankful for you guys that continue to stay on the road and keep us going. We know it's not easy and you have family back home and friends and we just appreciate it so much. There's so much that we take for granted that we realize right now that without those trucks going around the country, we wouldn't have any of these supplies. So thank you guys very much. Keep up the good work, and we appreciate it.
Good morning and welcome to another Monday morning of Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Boy, we are excited. We got a lot of guests this morning, so I'm going to get right to things. I'm going to open up. Remember that at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. And Justin caught me off guard. I was looking up a scripture, but I got to show, I got a man of God in the house, so I got to let him know. I think the Bible says weeping endure for a little while, but he promised us the joy would come in the morning. So it rained all weekend. Don't worry about it. We're still alive and we're still here. We'll be right back with our first guest.
Good afternoon. We're here with Trace Parker, our president. I'm Doug Kitchens, the safety director. We got Teresa Dean or Terry Dean, whichever you want to call her, but Terry has been driving with us for quite some time, and we're here to award her something that she has earned. You know, sometimes you are just drawn for an award or a prize or something, but let me tell you, Terry, you have exceeded 1 million miles. 1 million miles. Let me say that very clearly. We've got a plaque for you that was actually us and our insurance carrier, who appreciates the safety that you provide us and them. But this is a plaque that just shows our appreciation for the service you've given. Trace will give you a little bit of distance, but I will tell you this. It takes about 8 years of 125,000 miles a year to get 1 million. Now, some folks can do it faster, and you have done a lot of miles for us, and we appreciate your service. Trace, you got?
Yeah, I always like to say this. I've been fortunate to do a lot of these million-mile celebrations, and gosh, what an accomplishment to have. But, you know, everybody, I like to kind of put things in perspective now. You know, you go back, and I've known some guys when I worked at other company that had actually hit, 3 million miles, different amounts. But, you know, you think about back in that day, and you look at now, and you look at how much more congestion's on the road. I mean, how many more obstacles they have to try to maneuver through to make this happen. And it's just amazing. But I always want people to understand that, 1 million miles, that's 43 trips around the earth. 43 around this earth.
43 times.
And to be able to do that and to be able to just keep yourself from not running over somebody or somebody running over you, and paying attention and defensive driving and all the things that they have to do to make this happen, man, it's just you my hero. That's exactly right. You my hero. But we appreciate her so much and what she does for this company and the sacrifice that she makes being away from her family to earn the revenue for this company, because I've always said a driver in this company does the only function that generates the revenue and gets the rest of us paid. So we got to take care of them, you know. It only makes sense. And it's guys like you that really make me enjoy getting up, coming to work every day, because, you know, I don't really have to worry about you. You just get it done every day. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Thank you.
You know, I'll tell you something too. The good thing about, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines prides itself on being a truly, not a slogan, but a true family-oriented business.
Family-oriented.
And I'll tell you, Mr. Steven Sanders, he charges us with the responsibility of making sure our employees understand that it's God, family, and then business. Teresa has her daughter here with her today, and that's part of a family being proud of her and her accomplishment. But you're part of our family, and we've been doing a long time, and we appreciate y'all very much. What would you like to say? You got a mic right here that you can be heard. So
Everything I have, Wiley Sanders has paid for.
Wow.
Everything.
That's a powerful statement.
My house is paid off.
Bless your heart.
Yes. So
that's a powerful statement.
Well,
Everything you own has been paid for by Wiley Sanders.
you.
Same for me. I've been here 36 and a half years. I promise you, I ain't got a pair of socks that old.
Well, if you do, they need to be gone. Well, I hired in February 17th, 1987.
Wow.
In fact, Ira Thompson, Derek Thompson's granddaddy,
Yes.
gave me my road test on a cab-over truck.
I remember those cab over
Oh, I
trucks.
remember those cab-overs.
I always
So
said you
did-
got to be about part monkey to get in and out of one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Rough ride,
But
too.
Ira Thompson gave me my road test.
I'll be dog.
Yeah. And Kid Bostic
Yeah.
was our safety.
Oh, yeah, I
guy
remember
then.
Ken, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah, I've seen a few changes of
Yes.
and they've all been for the better.
Well, more to come. We got some growth that we're going to experience.
Look here,
And,
I hope I get 2 more years because I ain't ready to retire yet. I retired
We don't want you to retire.
I retired in 15 for 6 months.
Uh-huh.
And everybody knows you're retired. They all need you to help them do something.
yes.
So 6 months later, I'm back at work.
Well, we are glad you came back. I promise you.
Yeah.
Thank you again, and
you.
I appreciate it. It's a pleasure
That's
to award
right.
somebody. I feel like I'm my sister almost. We've been
A long
associated
time.
through benefits and other sections of the company, and
Long time.
it's a pleasure knowing you and being a part of your world here.
Yo, Treadwell made a statement one day to me. He says, "We've seen each other grow old, haven't we?" I said, "No, you've grown old. I've grown up."
There you go.
Well, thank you very much for your service.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Are we through?
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I go get a hamburger?
She's gonna go eat.
I'm going to eat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up with us.
Me too.
Great to meet
Thanks for
you.
coming up with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It wasn't me. I'm hitting it. That's what happens when you let me work the modern technology. But I was hitting the right button. It just didn't work for me. That was some of the stuff we did this week during Driver Appreciation Week. And we're going to show some more. We're just going to get a little better when we get through showing one. But anyway, our first guest is one with the Troy Arts Council. And she called me Friday. And they've got a lot of great things going on. And once again, we're dealing with something that was tampered by COVID. But you guys have come up with a way to say, hey, we still want to do what we're doing and we're going to fix it for you. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. I'm on the board for the Troy Arts Council, and each year we provide a lot of different entertainment options and entertainment opportunities for the people of Pike County. And last year, like you said, everything got canceled. And we tried to think of ways that we could hold different events, and nothing really worked out well. So we decided to go ahead and cancel everything. But this year, with some of the minimum requirements, face masks and things like that, we can go ahead with our calendar. And we've decided to offer all of these different events free of charge.
Well,
So, yeah.
how many events are those?
Well, from now until December, we have 5. So coming up this Thursday night, we have the Troy Jazz 1, and that is going to be at Long Hall on campus. And if you've never heard this group, they're great. You're going to really enjoy them a lot. And then on October the 4th at Claudia Crosby, we have the Sail On Tribute, which is a tribute to the Beach Boys. You will literally think you're at a Beach Boys concert. So that one I think is going to be very well attended. And then Chanticleer is a men's group, and that's going to be at St. Martin's of Tours Catholic Church. And they're always very, very well received. And there is limited seating there. So you would need to come early for that. We have Vintage Vixens, November the 9th at Claudia Crosby. And then the one that everybody always every year, Sheila Jackson and Friends, December 11th at Claudia Crosby. And I think she's going to do a video streaming as well, like she did last year, again this year.
Okay. Well, let's let you and Sheila come on. Sheila ain't been on the show in a while.
Okay.
So the week of the event, let's let you and Sheila come on.
Okay.
I need you to leave that with me.
I will.
And each Monday I'll announce the events you're having. I love that people are starting to live. We've got to do that. We cannot just stay in this one place.
Right.
We got to get prayed up, do what they asked us to do,
Right.
and move on.
And like I said, some of the venues do require a mask, but I believe you can probably put the mask down once you're seated, but when you're coming and going. But I think this is going to be very good for Pike County. I think it's going to be good for the Arts Council to continue to get our name out there and to let people know that we're still working for them.
And you know, when I hear you say that about the mask, I look at this on this side, and I try to be, especially when you have a TV show, you got to stay in the middle.
Right.
You can't get one side or here or there. And I say this, if you go somewhere and they require masks, then wear the mask. Because you have the choice to not go.
Right. Somebody said it, I think this is the best way I heard it described the other day. We were asking, well, now, are they going to require a mask? And she said, well, you know, yes, they require a mask. And they were like, ugh. And she said, well, it's like they're inviting you into their home. When someone invites you into their home, you want to go by their rules.
That's right.
And I thought, well, yeah, that's a good way to put that.
You know, everything people tell me, say, I don't care who you have on your show, some kind of way you can tie trucking into it. You just did it for me this morning. You said that it's like inviting you into your home. I can tell these students that are waiting to come on behind you, when you get on a truck with a trainer, that's actually his home. You only have 8 weeks or 10 weeks to stay there. Treat it as if it's his home, you know, and be respectable. But give us that rundown again. But let's talk about this one that's happening Thursday night, because I want to get this, because that jazz, I love jazz music.
Oh, yeah.
So it starts at what time? I didn't hear you give a time.
I believe it starts at, it's either 6 or 7. I'll have to check on that and get back with you. But this is a lot of a lot of local people are involved in this. So there are probably going to be some people up there that you would recognize.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of people from Troy University. A lot of the faculty at Troy also is involved in that, and I think that you'll really enjoy it.
Well, I'm going to try to enjoy that. I'm going to try to come to that. And people out there, listen to these things that's going on. And because of COVID, you're letting everybody get in free this year.
Right, because we had to cancel everything last year. We want to make it good this year, so no charge for anything.
Don't you feel the warmth of Pike County when things go hurrah? We pull together.
Yes, and I have a daughter, and she's a nurse, and she is all in the middle of all of this now. And I know that there are good people that continue to support Troy Regional where she works, and you know, it makes me feel good knowing that even though she's in that environment, you know, there are people that are still supporting her.
It makes me feel good to work for a company and you can say, hey, let's buy Troy Regional, let's buy everybody a hamburger.
Yeah.
And they not say how many
That's right.
people work there. They say, get it
What
taken
time do you want it there? Yeah.
Get it taken care of. And we bought them all hamburgers and fries one day. People I think if nothing else, I try to take anything that happens bad and find the good in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we look at COVID-19 and we look for the good is it drawed us together.
Mm-hmm.
We had to learn. We already knew it.
Mm-hmm.
But my granddaddy used to say every now and then we get beside ourselves.
Yes.
We had got beside ourselves. But now we know that we still need each other.
That's right.
No matter how much I got, how much you got, at the end of the day, we need to embrace each other and move forward. And I love what you have going on. And I want to tell you, you were so nice when you talked to me the other day. You said, I need to be on the show, and you were real nice about it. No one can tell you no with that. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to come to this show, and I'm going to get you one more time just to run down everything and leave it with me. And when I come here on Mondays, I will announce them. But run it down again.
All right. So the Troy Jazz One is going to be playing this Thursday, September 23rd at Long Hall on campus. The Sail On Tribute, which is a tribute to the Beach Boys, and you will think you're at a Beach Boys concert. That's going to be on October the 4th at the Claudia Crosby Theater. Chanticleer, which is a men's group, is going to be October the 7th at St. Martin's of Tours Catholic Church. Vintage Vixens on November the 9th at Claudia Crosby, and Sheila Jackson and Friends December the 11th at Claudia Crosby, along with streaming, live streaming.
Get with Sheila, and you and her. I want you to come back with her, and you and her come back before that date.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about that. I know Sheila.
Oh yeah.
I love to hear her sing, and y'all come back before that date. Maybe Miller Ways, or we can announce some other stuff that's going on.
Yes.
We can do this again, and you leave it with me. And I'll talk about. I believe in Pike County, taking care of Pike County, and the things we have going on. And thank you so much for feeling like the Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line would help you. I'm flattered to have you, and glad you came. You look so pretty in red.
Well, thanks. I appreciate
you look so
that.
pretty in red, and anytime you have a show and you have a pretty guest on, it always helps the show. Always helps the show. Always helps the rating. So thank you so much. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Sacrifice you make for this company. Man, I tell you, you go back and you look, and I was on the Hallsteady show Monday, and I got to thinking about, everybody's come off the 9/11, and everybody remembering that, and all the lives that were lost, and the frontline people, what they did, and sacrifice, gave the ultimate sacrifice. And then I kind of transitioned, saying I had to get into my heroes, which are my truck drivers. And, I go back to the early part of 2020, whenever we were first into this pandemic. Didn't anybody know anything about it? Wasn't no vaccines. Everybody had fear. Everybody was scared of it. But, man, you guys stepped up. You kept this country going. And I just, I just really believe that y'all need to get the praise that you're just, that you have coming to you. So I say all that into saying that, this is not near enough. But I think we're showing you that we do care about you, and we do care about you as a person. And we thank you so much for what you do. So if everybody would, if you remove your hats and bow your heads. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, and we thank you so much for these guys and what they do. And we just ask that you keep a hedge of protection of them when they're out on that road, Lord, and keep them safe. Take care of their families, Lord. Ask for financial stability. And we just pray that you just continue to bless them and keep them out there and let them know how much we care and love for them and the job they do for this company. And Lord, we pray that you bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies and that to thy service. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Trey.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Where you got? Over the first person, go. Whoever gets in the safe direction, go back.
Okay. He can't let him shoot. Let the green top, one of the green top shoot.
Oh, say it. I got a bit.
Okay, shot. Get this over.
He said you want to move me with him to go in.
Everybody's saying shoot. I just,
Well, here, man. Everyone? No! I didn't make it go, baby. I didn't make it go. You go. I didn't make it go, baby. Come, baby. Talk to these. Come on, hey. All right, you know all that talk. Come here. Yeah, you know all that. You know all that talk. Come on. I always wait. I always wait. Come on. Hey, man. You ready to ball? You ready to ball? Like a next round. You ready to ball? All right. Play a little ball back in there. Just a little bit.
I'm here to run defense.
You ain't glad you're there. It's like you can be there.
We got two, right?
All right. He's a pro. Get 3 shots.
Get three. I'm sorry, get
Get 3 more.
we got a word. Get 3 balls.
Yeah, get 3 more.
That's a chick. Everybody keeps sitting on the side, man.
The wind done picked up. Yes, sir. See that nigga from right here?
It's all safe.
All
You got to.
right, man. Come on, show them how to do it.
We got the second ball thing. We're going to second one. They don't want one again. Can you see it on now? Hey!
I ain't getting down like that. I want to be right good. Great job. Great job.
We stand in the black line there. 4-4. Strap. Yeah. Stop surprising. Oh, yeah, one more shot first.
You should
Well, I wish I could. I made one.
You should stop
Same direction made one.
Oh, so close.
Same direction I made one. Look, everybody
Oh,
try.
hang on first.
No.
No! Maybe that's not true. Maybe that's not a long ago.
Richard Ray, come on, show them you can do it.
I'm sorry, you don't have time.
Y'all run. Uh-oh. All right, we're ready to go for the Richard Ray.
Here's the drawing. Hey, they got a drawing. Come on, guys, who's the drawing? Go refrigerator.
I saw you up there dancing over there. Go on.
Three times. We had a hard time.
We finna get away a refrigerator. We're gonna let the president of our company come up here and pull it. Here we go. This is Dr. Sam come down from Montgomery, from the radio station. Just tell them about you. Tell them who.
And you know that Coffee County, the cameraman's working back there from Enterprise, and I'm originally from Coffee County. I love this part of the country. And up in Montgomery, I'm on the radio, going on 48 years. I keep saying, you going to make it 50? And I said, I'll probably make it about 60.
I need to know one thing. Who is your favorite trucking company?
Oh, it would be Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. No
Okay.
questions about it. It is outstanding.
And you sit on your back porch and watch them do what?
I'm just off Taylor Road in Montgomery, and they're just doing this. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Wiley's 24/7, brother. The nation's #1. No question.
Thank you. Dr. Sam is smart. You heard what he said, the nation's #1. And if a driver's needing a job, where would he come, Dr.
Oh,
Sam?
he needs to come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. I'm telling you, I just took a tour, a partial tour. You would not believe this facility. It is incredible. And I wish I were knowledgeable enough to tell you about everything, but this guy right here can tell you anything you need
but
to
you
know.
did see that driver lounge. Is that nice?
The driver lounge is fantastic. They appreciate all the drivers. They just had a huge luncheon for them, giving away a lot of prizes. So if you have any interest, and I'm sincere, I have managed several broadcast radio stations. You've got to appreciate your employees. And Wiley Sanders Truck Lines appreciate you more than what you ever know. Give them a call if you are interested. I promise you, you'll be here before it's over with. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sam.
That's all.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Boy, I got a good Monday, and look at what I'm surrounded by. Y'all know when this man is here, I've always got some students. This is Mr. Nicholson with Reed State. And how you doing, preacher? How you doing?
Doing great.
Huh?
Happy Monday.
What about it? You always be straight with me. Now, what about it? Do I need all of them?
We got a wonderful group, and I think it would be advantage to take them all.
Take them all. All right.
Every one of them.
All right, then.
They
All
make me
right.
very proud.
I'm going to start with ladies first. I'm going to go that way, and I'm going to come this way, okay? When I just look at you, because we don't want to be pointing fingers anymore. When I look at you, I want you to give me your name, and I also want to know why you got into trucking, okay? So ladies first.
My name is Megan Johns. I got into truck driving because, honestly, I came from a broke family. I'm trying to come up. I had a kid at a young age, and I don't want to let him down like my family let me down, so.
Okay. That's an amazing story. You picked a profession that can happen in. And where you from?
Bruton, Alabama.
Bruton, Alabama. Okay. Sir?
My name is Ron Reichard. I got into this because basically my wife told me I needed to do something. I wasn't going to sit around the house.
All right. All right. I like honesty. I love honesty. If somebody else got that story, they may not tell it, but they got that story. And you, sir?
My name is Ross, and I got into trucking because I'm a pastor and missionary and wanted some flexibility to work part-time when I'm in the States and not preaching.
Okay. Let me say this to you. I don't know what it is. I pray that it's from him above. I know it's got to be. We have a lot of preachers that work for us, and we're very accommodating to them for as they schedule. We just ask them to be likewise with us. You know, don't wait till the last minute. Anything at Wiley Sanders can be worked out if planned. That's what having your own freight does. That's what that does. You, sir.
My name is Jakar Montgomery from Beatrice, Alabama. It's always been a childhood dream to drive trucks, and one day I want to own my own fleet of trucks.
Okay. Now, you said a childhood dream. How old are you, sir?
18.
Okay. I'm just old, so you just look like a baby to me. I don't know. Unfortunately, we don't take them till they're 21. But enjoy the tour today. Enjoy what I'm going to tell you. Because I don't like to lose no one. You can take your training and you can come work on my yard. And when you turn 21, you'll be ready to go. We got spot trailers. There's a lot of things you can do. But don't think because you're 18 that it's all done for you at Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Yes, sir.
I got something for you too. You, sir.
Morning, sir. My name is Timothy Patrick. I'm pretty much like Mr. Racker. My wife said I got to get out the house too. I've been injured for the last 10 years. I was hurt on the job. And driving made the most sense to me, sir. That wouldn't have to get out and flip boards and handle all the heavy stuff so much. Maybe hands on here and there, but now I don't have to be every day, all day.
Okay. Let me tell you what I tell our drivers. I call them my drivers because I love them all individually. I don't want you toting that.
Yes, sir.
I want you driving that sternum wheel. The
Yes,
heaviest
sir.
thing you do is open the doors of the trailer. I was talking to a bull hauler one time.
Right.
I was trying to hire him. I wasn't just talking. I was trying to hire him.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he said, well, I don't haul nothing that won't walk itself on the trailer and walk itself off the trailer. He said, well, and I said, well, you can work for me then. He said, you didn't understand. I don't load nothing. I said, we don't need it. That forklift will drive it in there and it'll drive it out of there.
Right, yes, sir.
It just don't have, it's got the same type of legs. You, sir.
My name is Drill Stinson. I'm from Georgetown, Alabama. I've been around trucks all my life. I was a diesel mechanic. I drove trucks. Worked out of town, had CDLs, let them go like something crazy, but I want to get them back on the road.
Man, I hope the maintenance supervisor ain't watching my show today. You're a diesel mechanic. Oh man, we can use a mechanic. You retired from that?
No, sir. I do it all.
You do it all?
If it's got gas and throttle, I pretty much work on it.
Let me say this to you right here on TV. That's what this show is for. What is your school schedule?
Anywhere from 7 to 3:30 till October the 8th or whatever we graduate.
Now you do know, and you're not in school on Saturday and Sunday, right?
No, sir.
You do know that I can put you to work. I must look at you bottom down here for me to have. I won't go too fast, but I can put you to work this season. Then you got to talk. We got to really talk. We need some mechanics. Let me tell you something. With these new trucks and with the times, we've been in business since 1959. Everybody in that room, y'all didn't get to hear my little spiel this morning because I do a radio show too. I was trying to get going for that. But let me say this too. If you've been in business that long, everybody you've seen around there been there 25, 30 years, you know. And it's not that we're a bad place to work. We're just getting where a lot of people are retiring. You know, you heard the lady say she's going to retire in 2 years. She had retired one time. The greatest thing, this makes me feel really, everything makes me feel good about my company, but one thing that makes me feel really good. I was keeping a list. Of course, I lost it. Age does a lot of things too. But everybody that retired comes back. I've been and gave them this big old cake and this big old going away party. But you know what? I keep buying the cakes if they keep retiring and keep coming back. That lets you know you got a great place. You'll see these people retire and they go to another job. And this is just my thinking now. I think they did that job long enough to retire and they're done with it. But with us, they think they're ready to retire and they retire and they go, man, I had a good job and I was having fun. You get to see the world. You get to see the world. I've heard so many stories like yours from, not the baby part, but from men and women that have had a bad start and maybe they didn't get a start. You got the right attitude. You get you a job and you get you with a company. And this is what I've been trying to implement to people. A solid place. A grasshopper doesn't live long and doesn't be still. Why? Because he hopping here and there and finally he hops up on the shoe. On the hook. He hops his way out of line. Get you a place that's solid. Stay there. It makes me feel good to say we've been in business since 1959. I'm going to give you an illustration today what we take this battery and do. When you leave there, if there's nothing there, you're going to go, oh my God, I never thought you could do all that with a battery. I promise you. I promise you. You'll see today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's easy for me to say this. Very easy. Very easy. I'm 60 years old. Wiley Sanders is the only job I ever had. We in the trucking business. When I say we in the trucking business, if it's made for a truck, no, we got it. Absolutely. We got it. If it's modern technology, we got it. Automatic transmission, we trying to go that way as fast as we can. As fast as we can go. You know, we're just like everybody else. We got 100 and something trucks on order. It's just, have you ordered something late? Has anybody here ordered something late? Has it came today you ordered? Did they told you this?
No, sir.
Same way with our trucks. I mean, I'm not just sitting here filibustering. It just You know, we done been put off twice. And I mean, my boss is infuriated with it. You know, he's ready to, because he told me one day, he said, I don't want to stop growth. And man, we just peaking. We're just growing. And we need our trucks. We need our new trucks. We need them. But I know it's true. I ordered a truck myself, and it took 4 months for it to get here. It took 4 months. And they jacking up these prices and stuff. And I do pray that sooner or later we get back to the normalcy of life. That's why I was so happy to see the lady come in and talk about what was going on with the Troy Art thing. And for us getting back together and getting out. And you asked me before we came on air, was we back into the church? And things are getting back to normal. We just got to stay prayed up.
That's key.
We got to stay prayed up. And realize that God can do anything but fail. We're going to be fine. But sir, look at mechanic. Bought me a mechanic. I'm on.
He's very good.
You know, worked on some of Reed's things.
Well, he didn't have to work on it, but his knowledge and his insight has helped to advance even the other students, because he gives them the parts to the truck. Most of them have to learn about 185 parts to that tractor and trailer, interior and exterior. And he's been very instrumental in helping us to learn and helping others, his colleagues and students to learn that. So he's very knowledgeable of what he does.
I'm going to tell y'all something. This is not my school, but it is my school. Because all of them are my schools, but my road guys go out to them. But I met Mr. Nicholson, and I came to, he invited me to one of his advisory meetings, and I came. He's always had a spirit of helping. And in schools out there, you listen to me, you hear this. The instructor makes the school. Drivers, y'all make our truck line. I tell this story all the time. You say you want to own your own trucks, so you listen carefully. If a bank was dumb enough to loan me enough money to get 15 trucks, just saying, we're going to finance you 15 trucks. I need 15 drivers. Not only do I need 15 drivers, I need 15 good drivers. Without those 15 drivers, my credit amounts to nothing. My company amounts to nothing. I do a commercial that says, when these wheels roll, you make money. Trucking is a good industry. You get to see the world. But the one thing I like about it, money, money, money. Every time you bump that dock and get another, and I know that's what you think about it, and get more money. We're very lady friendly. When I tell you very lady friendly, I say it all the time, and I have some of the guys that get on me a little bit about it sometimes. I don't call no names because I'm scared. I used to call their names, but we got so many ladies now. I just have to say we got some ladies that's darn so good. I call it dock bumpers. The guy, he's dead and gone, but Ray Dunn, he told me one time, he said, I had him on the show, and we was talking about they're a double team. And consistently they run 6,500 miles a week, just consistently back and back. And I asked him when he was on the show, and I never thought about this concept. Well, listen to that, preacher, when I tell you this. I said, man, how y'all do that every week? I know we got freight, but just consistent every week. He said, simple, Hoss. I said, what is that? He said, get the load on. Deliver the load. Get another load. Deliver. He said, just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Learning trucking, Derek Thompson tells me this all the time. Driver's biggest mistake is when he tried to drive and dispatch too. You know it, preacher.
Absolutely.
That's his biggest mistake. You got too much going on. Trust your dispatcher. Go where he tells you. Don't turn down no loads. Had a lady last week, new lady. Lives in Texas. I keep talking, I've been told her name. About, how old are you?
19.
You're 19. I can't take you neither. Hey, I'm doing all this right now. But she was 21, 24. And same thing. Came and explained that to us. And so we're going to help. Lives in Houston, Texas. Ever since the day she been hired, she just been taking load, right? You ain't nobody unless you can tell on yourself sometimes. So she come in there one day and she come down to safety and she wanted a little booklet or something that we had there. We was getting it for her. And I just happened to say, where you going? He said, well, I'm going to Georgia. And I thought, man, what little Georgia run? Hard does this girl run? My thinking, I was trying to dispatch her instead of working and say, she goes to Georgia, delivers, leave that going to Seattle, Washington. Wow. Sometimes your dispatcher is just trying to set you up for the big one. He's setting you up for the big one. You know, so remember that when it comes to trucking. We live in a world that you'll always have a job. You know that you'll always have a job. You can mechanic. Something always gonna tell. Yeah, I don't care new, old, or what. Something always gonna tell. So you guys and ladies, y'all have picked some good careers. I love it when young people choose to work instead of taking the easy way out. So I want y'all to know I admire both of y'all. I want y'all to keep my number, keep in contact. When you get 21 years old, I'm gonna remember you. Say, remember when I was on that TV show, Hall? Because the money there, we ain't going nowhere. I tell them we've been here since 1959 and we're not going nowhere. We got sister companies, and I don't want to say it because I got a recruiting class, and I don't want to say how many, and I ask them that as a trivia question every Thursday. But we got sister companies that sends 15 loads a day out. We send 15 loads of this out a day. It's in a bigger form. This is a miniature. 15 loads of these paint buckets out a day. 15 a day. That's pretty stock. That's pretty stock. And that's every week. Week after week after week. Sometimes when I look at what we have here in Troy, I just almost get emotional. So many cities would love to have these companies and provide these jobs, man. They would love to have it. A little place like Pike kind of got it. When I look at young people like you, not so much young, middle age, whatever, but I look at you getting in this career and I think of the fun and the things you're going to see. Man, I can start talking about some country I done saw. You can too. That I'll never see again, bro. I ain't gonna say I can't afford it. One, I'm just too cheap. I just saw it one time, and it didn't cost me nothing. I can't pay to go back. Right. It's some of the places I just can't pay to go. I'll go on a truck before I do it. I'll go on a truck before I do it. I used to go to California once a year on the truck, and I would have a ball. I would just take my time. That's what I took my vacation with. And they give me a good load, and I would go to California. And, oh man, I would just enjoy it. I would just enjoy it. And I'd come back, go back to work. I worked in the shop and run the record, so it's just been an experience that I couldn't explain to you without you sharing. And one day you'll walk in my office and you'll say, man, I went to so-and-so. So sometimes your kids like now would be a good time to be in Washington. The apples, the blooming and everything. It just would be a good time to be up there. Now, there's some snow and ice gonna hit that ground. You scared of snow?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. We're gonna take a little break and we're gonna be right back. I'm gonna ask y'all some questions, then I'm gonna ask y'all on the air.
Okay.
I'm gonna change it up when we come back on that. We're gonna take a little break and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Love's. Safe and clean are two words that mean more now than ever before. Love's has been the leader of clean places, friendly faces for nearly 60 years. When you visit our stores, you'll find something for the entire family to enjoy. From our restaurants to plenty of drink and snack options. So whether you're back on the open road or planning to be soon, we'll be here for you and your entire travel party, keeping our stops safe, clean, and stocked with all your road trip needs. Love's, the heart of the highway.
Here we go, and Julius is bringing us dessert for the Wiley Sanders Driver Appreciation Week. Thank you, Bo. Thank you so much. Let's sit it right here. This is all for our drivers, showing everybody that we love our drivers right here, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Let's sit it right there. Man, we thank you so much for what Julius does. But guess what? Our president, he comes for Driver Appreciation Week. Come on over here, Trace, and tell us something.
Man, how you doing? Good to see you.
I know. Come on over here. Come on over here. I've had you to tell this story 3 times. One more ain't gonna hurt.
Okay.
Why are we doing this?
Man, we just trying to appreciate our drivers. We don't ever feel like they get the credit that they're due. I'll tell my story again about last weekend. Everybody was doing the celebration and acknowledging about 9/11, which was so good to see that. And all the first responders, 343 that lost their lives, and 3,000 people that lost their lives in the 2 trade centers. And, those guys are heroes, but I tell you, these truck drivers are heroes too, because I want to go back to the early part of 2020 when this pandemic started. Nobody knew anything about it. Everybody was scared. There was not a vaccine. And I said, these truck drivers, they kept delivering this stuff down the road. They kept this country going, and they were basically running into the abyss. They didn't know where they were going, but they kept doing it. And to me, a guy that's willing to do that's a hero. And he kept this country going. So I just want to make sure that truck drivers, Wiley drivers especially, maybe I'm a little biased there, but all truck drivers, I want them to have the credit that they deserve. And that's part of driver appreciation, is recognizing that and letting these guys know that we do truly love them and we do appreciate them. So that's what it's about.
You know, to hear you say that, it makes me think about Millie Johnson and our owner, Mr. Stephen Sanders. They was talking. You know, everybody wants to talk about solid. Are you solid? Scott Maddox, he'll call me and say, Hoss, I need a solid one. We're solid.
We are solid.
When we was in the pandemic, like you just said, we took on, 95 new trucks during the pandemic, hired people. They're still here working. We've been here since 1959. I like to say we ain't going nowhere.
No, we're gonna be here. You know, and I just want drivers, to just understand when they come here that they've got a family type atmosphere. They're cared about, and it's not just a place for them to go and not be recognized. So, that's what it's about. This was started back, I think, in around 2098, somewhere around in there, by the American Trucking Association, doing the Appreciation Week. And I think it was a great thing. And I think it gets better every year. And I promise it's going to continue to get better here. So, but thank you guys for what you do. And we'd love to have you, Wiley Sanders.
You know, when you say you're partial to Wiley Sanders Truck Line, it makes you think, son, look at all them old big trucks. Look at that. We got something to put you in. We got nice trucks. We got a nice place to work at. Most of all, we got a big-time leader that loves our drivers. Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
You saying that.
And look at that sign up there. That's good looking out. Look at that sign. We wanted them to know when they come back home. And I just got to show it again. Woo, we finna eat. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. You ain't gonna be hungry here. You ain't gonna be broke. And you can say what you want to say. Everybody needs a little fun. If you come here, we've been here since 1959. I am 60 years old. This is the only job I ever had, and I have got a check every Friday. I'm good with that.
That's right.
I'm good with that. And we're back live with Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we're having our driver appreciation. You know, I sit around here and you look around and you see all these drivers here and you think of how long they've been. Mr. Green, come over here a minute. Come over here a minute, Mr. Green. Come over here a minute. I saw you drive up and I just got excited and I thought of how many years you've been here and you've been driving up to this safety and coming down here. This is one of our professional trainers. He trains people, and he don't do it just for the money. He does it from his heart. He does it from his heart. Mr. Wiley, just tell him just some of your process of your training.
Well, just basically getting people going so they'll learn what we do out on the road, how it's done, obeying the laws, and just a lot of, back and forth, backing, and things that they need to know so they can get it done right.
And you just enjoy doing it, huh?
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Wiley Truck. He got one. And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Did y'all see that? What you think about that? All these clips you're seeing this morning, we started Monday. And that energy you see me with, I kept that energy for 5 days. That's hard on old man. Doc, when I was going home at the end of the time, I was going. If you call my phone, I said, driver appreciation week. I mean, hello? You got to feel something. It's got to be in you. Trace Parker, the president, he pushed that. And he called it, when he have a meeting, he called it, let's huddle up. He said, let's huddle up. And we huddled up several times, and everybody was throwing ideas. I dare not try to take no credit. I did a study yesterday that was talking about being humble. And I tell you, when you're humble, God will just send you what you need. And all our business, let me take time and think, all our business, all of them. I don't like to call names. When more of you forget somebody, you get in trouble. You're in trouble, but I'm going to try it. Channel 8, Channel 12, Troy Cable, they was real nice. They come out. Julia's Restaurant bought us food. Sips on the Square bought us food. I had ladies that made cakes and all. It was just a big turnout. Dr. Sam, he came. Studio 8 came. The radio station came. Killer Dilla from the Big KD, he came down. Everybody that we do business with came down and gave something. We just asked, sometimes when you ask somebody for something and they say, what you need, if you say, whatever you give me. Truck Works. Man, I can't leave Truck Works. I said, that's why you be careful when you get into that. Truck Works did a big barbecue for us. And we just sit and eat, talked, and enjoyed one another. When you put off an atmosphere like that, and people, students especially, you come and you see this, it makes you think, that might not be so bad. I might want to be a part of that. And that's all I ask for is a shot. I do the rest. I do the rest. I mean, you got to believe. My granddaddy says there's a poor horse that won't kick in his own stall. I kick in the Sanders stall. We got something to kick with. And I call them no more big trucks. We got no more big trucks, and we can do it. When you got your own freight, you can take better care of your drivers. I know you're thinking, all trucks are all freight. Why can't? Because you can set up some of those time deliveries. You got good diesel loads. You can get your driver from leaving Troy. You're not at the mercy of, and I don't want to call no people names that we do business with, but you're not at the mercy of these other outside carriers. That's what I call them, because that's what they are. You're not at the mercy of an outside carrier, because we need their business too. But most of all, we need you guys to be happy. We need you guys to be happy. What kind of running y'all want to do? You got a Pacific. You just want to go so you can preach.
That's right.
How long you been preaching?
About 15 years.
About 15 years. Okay. I would love to hear you sometime. Maybe I can get on Zoom and hear you. You do stuff over Zoom?
Vimeo. Yeah, we have videos up.
Okay. Let me tell you something, Doc. You asked me, was I going to the church? I ain't been going to the church, but I've been studying over Zoom with the church, and I like it. I really like it. Old country boy come out of his little country a little bit. You get on it. Got the little button where you raise your hand.
That's right.
You ain't gonna do no over talking nobody, because they ain't gonna open you. You gonna speak when you're spoken to.
Right.
If they don't get you on the next question, they get you on that. And I've learned to be courtesy. If I got my hand up for a comment, Doc say you got ahead of me and you got that comment, I don't come behind you and say the same thing. Take my hand down. And it's been real inspirational. That's another good thing that come out of this pandemic. Because I'm sure any churches that did it on Zoom, and we all been guilty of it. These older people that can't get out, the preacher stands up there and say, tell Sister so-and-so we said how she doing, checking on her.
Right.
But if Sister so-and-so can get on Zoom, she can be a part of that service. Absolutely. So you've done it now because the pandemic made you do it. Don't quit, churches. your Facebook Live and all that. Keep it going on. That's because you can go back into church. Remember them people? Now, I'm going to step out on a limb when I say that. Don't you know some of them old folks that couldn't get out was glad when they got to church in their house? Sometimes the Lord will put things in our path that we'll have to do for a reason. You know, we had to depend on Zoom. We had to depend on Zoom for some of the meetings. I know some of these big time companies are happy about it. I ain't been to a meeting in a while. They sent me an invite, and we sit there and do the meeting. I kind of hate that because I like to get out of here now and then. I like to kind of get out and get that. You know, my boss been good to us. When I get out, I get to go eat me a nice dinner. Get a receipt. Take care of everything. I mean, Troy, he feel like he paid me enough I can eat on my own.
That's pretty good.
But that's what we do it here. We have fun and we talk, and you know. Now, Mr. Nichols said he didn't have to worry about you saying something. Now, why he said that about you? You very spoken out. Why Mr. Nichols said that about you?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. I put him on the spot. What's the deal with you?
He loves to talk.
Come on now.
He loves to talk.
He got the gift of gab. He loves to talk. Yes.
Mr. Mr. Nicholson, he's got a structure with his class. I've been down there, and he's like me. The people around him like to work with him.
Right.
I tell everybody, I tell people, when you talk to Brandy, that's just like you'll talk to me. Now, I may get a little aggravated, but if I tell her to remind me of something, she's going to remind me. Now, it's up to me how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. Did you call so-and-so? No, not yet. Did you call so-and-so? Well, eventually I'm just going to call them because I want you to stop answering. But that's what I need. And so
right.
It's one thing the president of our company has taught us. And you have to buy into things. And I bought into this. He does not like it when and I do it all the time, but he tells me I don't have to do that when I announce him. Or if I'm introduced him. You know, I took you in his office. You saw the door was open. When you introduce him to somebody, he wants you to just say, I'm Trace Parker. He don't need that president. He don't need all them accolades. He don't need that. He'll tell you, we cooked every day this week, and he came to every cooking. And I have worked for supervisors that when they come around, I get all the attention. He can just ease up and just blend in, and he can be there for 10 or 15 minutes. You won't know it was there. One of the funniest things, I ain't gonna tell her name, but I hope we got the clip. It was this lady that was talking to him. She was just a talking. And him and her was just a talking. And finally I rang it, and she said, and by the way, who are you? You know me, I couldn't hold. I said, oh, that's the president of the company. She's like,
sound like Mr. B.
But that's where you need to be. But what he's done with him having that aroma, that moves it all down to the other supervisor. I don't call myself a supervisor. I call myself as a person that works in there with people. We work together. Well, they make me, so actually I work for them. I do what they need me to do, and we work together. Doug, the safety director, the same way. What you put out, you get back. And everybody now that's, it may be a tile on paper, but when me and you talk, you're too human. We sit down and we have lunch together. Absolutely. You get up and come to work, and he said it the other day in the class, you get up and come to work every day just like I do. We're working people.
That's the key.
Yeah, I may have to make a decision that you don't make, but that don't make me superior over you.
Titles don't make me.
Whoa! Say it again. Titles don't do that. They don't make me in there. That's a good one now. Titles don't make me.
Right.
What you do and your actions and your character, that's what makes you, and what you got in your heart. My granddaddy could look at a man, he's like, I don't know about it, but look like he want what? He ain't had nothing to do with you if you wouldn't work. If you wouldn't work, he ain't had nothing to do with you now. It never made, it never seemed to, I never did get used to this, but you could go in there, we lived out in the country. You could go off in there, hey, granddad, need to go to the store. He's spitting at the back, and you'd have to watch him because he hit you with it. He had a bucket. He shot for the bucket. Boy, they ain't got no gas. Sitting around here, get somewhere and sit down. I always say get somewhere and sit down. I always thinking, man, I'm just right here. Why you want me to go out the door? So walk up in there and say, Granddad, I'm finna go help so-and-so do something. They gonna pay me. You give me a ride over. That dude could get the scooting around. He's kind of a big guy. He get the scooting around. Boy, bring my shoes. Now look here, now you do a good job over there. Don't let those folks call me and tell me you're over there cutting up. Well, he could carry you to work, but he couldn't carry you. He never had no gas to carry you nowhere but to work. I never understood what kind of gas he used. I just never understood. But the only time he had gas if you was going to, if you were going to work, he had some gas for you. Going somewhere, you know, I used to haul hay and help people around. If I was going to tell him I'm going to do that, oh, he's going to get me right there. He's going to get me right there. And church was the same way, you know. They didn't, I hear people say, my parents made me go to church. They didn't make me go to church. I didn't go to church, I just couldn't go nowhere else that Sunday. It was a natural choice. You got them saying, oh, I don't feel good. Okay. Well, later on that evening, you going out to go to play. No, baby, lay down. Now, you don't feel good.
You don't feel good.
You don't feel good.
All day long.
All day long.
Lay down.
You get up and go on your own. You don't have to beat somebody to beat nothing into them.
Right.
You have to show them that it's to their advantage. It was to my advantage to go to church. Which it was still to my advantage today because it makes you what you are. You're what you put in your heart, what you brought up in. And that Wiley Sanders strut line, it's nothing made me no prouder than that day when the owner of our company told me, because I do a lot of commercials, and he told me, he said, make sure whatever you do, you make sure here at Wiley Sanders that they know we put God and family first. When a man can tell you that, and you know his situation, you know that's caring for you now. Right. That's caring about his people now. The family and the father. That's gonna be hard to beat. That's got my attention. It's got my attention, and we don't shove it down nobody's throat, but we let them know that's what we're about. Because we do live in a world. When I asked them to pray on Monday morning, the doctor was there. He heard me when I said it. If you don't do this, don't be embarrassed. You can not acknowledge by sitting there, or you can step out. But this is what we do on Monday morning. I had a guy, and we got to get out of here. I can't believe he ain't gave me the fingers. But I had a guy in the last class, like I'm carrying y'all to lunch today, that we had hired. He'd been there about 3 or 4 weeks. And I was just talking, and he raised his hand. And with us, everybody could say something. He raised his hand, and I called on him, and he told me that the reason what really made him feel good, he's up in our age. He said that was the first orientation he had ever been in when they asked to pray. He said he knew right then he was at the right place. He said he looked back over his life, he said, I've never been asked to pray at orientation. You know, orientation is like, hey, do this, sign this, be here at 2 o'clock. This guy, We have a family orientation. We sit around and kick it, take you to get your drug test. We get information from you. If you're a trainee, I go to talking to you on Monday. Dale goes to talking to you because we're trying to feel you out and just see. Hey, thank y'all for coming. Hang around. I'm going to take you back to the yard. I'm going to come back. I'm going to show you, even you, because I don't never leave a stone unturned. You too. Even though I can't hire y'all right now, I want y'all to see it, see what we got going on, and because I never want you to forget about Wiley Sanders. You, don't you sit by me. You stay close. You stay white, keep my eye on you. Yeah, all of y'all are back. I just always
yes, sir.
Now, y'all gonna see this. Now, you watch this. When I take y'all out to the shop, I'm gonna have to drag him out the shop. If he ever tell the guy what he can do. But see, I'm trying to help him today. I'm even trying to get him. One of the greatest things with us is driving and working too. Yeah, we do a little bit of that. We're going to talk. We're going to talk. Until next time, Mark, it's always good to see you.
It's always a blessing.
It's always good to see you. Enjoyed your prayer this morning. Now, do you still preach a little bit?
I preach almost every Sunday.
Somebody calling.
Somebody's calling.
Well, you ain't retired.
Well,
you don't have the duties of, bro, pastor. Let me tell you about what so and so said.
That's right. Time for the pastoral. Yeah, you're right.
I know what you mean. All you got to do is preach and leave them in the hands of the Lord.
That's the key.
That's all you got to do. That's good. Hey, we have enjoyed y'all. Hey, we have enjoyed the audience who have watched us this morning on Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. You know, as I always say, if you can't say something nice about someone, then just don't say nothing. We'll see you next Monday. We pray that all is well until the end. Thank you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Here we go, and Julius is bringing us dessert for the Wiley Sanders driver.
And they were basically running it as part of driver.
Just said, you know, when you say Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we having our driver appreciation. You know, I sit around here and you look around and you see all these drivers here and you think of how long they've been. Mr. Green, come over here a minute. Come over here a minute, Mr. Green. Come over here a minute. I just, you know, I saw you drive up and I just got excited and I thought of how many years you've been here and you've been driving up to this safety and coming down here. This is one of our professional trainers. He trains people and he don't do it just for the money. He does it from his heart. He does it from his heart. Mr. Willie, just tell them how, just some of your process of your training.
Well, just basically getting people going so they learn what we do out on the road, how it's done. Obeying the laws and just a lot of, you know, back and forth, backing and things that they need to know so they can get it done.
And you just enjoy doing it. Look at Mr. Willie truck. He got one of them new rides. I don't know big truck. You often hear me say old big truck. I'm from the old school, and that's what we used to call him, old big truck. I got Anthony Knight around here. Come here, Anthony. He got like he didn't hear me. He heard me. He heard me. They be shy of this camera. But you know what? I don't mind if they shy of the camera. I want them to drive them trucks. We got a place to work at that is a good work atmosphere. When you have a good work atmosphere, when people can come to work, our safety director, this is a saying that he says, and I took it to heart, and I use it. I'm excited. He says, come to work, do your job, have fun, and just get paid for it. You just happen to get, that's the extra that you get paid for. But the rewarding part is having fun, helping people, putting people on a truck and going places and getting to meet new people. That's what we do here at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. And we're back live on Facebook in Troy, Alabama with Driver Appreciation Week. We got Fox Twin in the house. How special are our drivers? We got a TV station come all the way down and say, y'all want the president, come on over here. Y'all come over here and talk to us. We got bags and stuff.
Absolutely.
And your name, sir?
My name is Drew Woods.
Drew Woods. Okay, Mr. Woods, we're glad to have you here in Wiley Sanders Truck Line. What we're doing is, and how many companies did you think you'll see this? That man there is the safety director. And he's cooking hamburgers and hot dogs for our drivers. That's just how much we love our drivers. We have laid out the red carpet this week, and it has been nice. Come here, driver. This lady bought you a bag. You're the lucky man standing out here. Come here.
Some goodies.
It's got goodies in it.
That's right. We've got sunglasses.
Let's give him something out of that.
We got a bottle opener. Fun bottle opener.
All right, from one of the TV shows. Did that to y'all? That's one of our drivers there. Give him some.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for driving for Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Yeah, I wish Facebook Live had smell-o-vision. That smells delicious.
Does it smell delicious?
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I tell you, it's a joy to give back just a little something to what these guys do. I mean, you think, if you look from your head to your toe, at one time it was on a truck, and we don't take that lightly, or what they do for us. And Trace Parker, our president, he said, guys, this year, Driver Appreciation Week, it's going to be big, big. And our plan is to get bigger and bigger. We've had high energy all week, and all our vendors have came through. Nobody I asked to come did not come, and that makes me feel good. That makes me know that they love our drivers. It's not about just getting advertising from us, but you know, they come and see us. That guy there is Keith Lemass. Come here, Keith. This is Jody from Fox 20.
How are you?
That's the one you hear me when I be screaming. That's the one I be talking to when I be, it didn't run. And she be, yes it did, Hoss, you missed it. Yes it did. No, it didn't. Yes it did. You know what she bought? You know what she had me to have today? I'm gonna tell you that I got it. She said, get this to Hoss. And make sure he has it. She said, make sure Hoss has this.
She helped me out.
She wanted me to have a schedule.
It's time to renew.
I think she is tired of me going, get out the Hoss, because I know he don't have his own. You know, Keith picks at me all the time, you know, if he goes in LS 400 and it's locked up, he just gets up. He don't go to nobody else. Hoss, would you unlock so-and-so? Thank you, Keith, for the job you do. Just a family atmosphere. Most of all, putting God and family first.
Absolutely.
That president right there, come on up here, Mr. Paul. He told us today he come here, he said, we're going to take care of the drivers. And he looks at me and he said, I want you to help me. He said, but I'm going to help too. He said, my door will never be closed. Same thing our safety director did. I don't walk that good, but I checked them doors several times. I got tired of checking them because I kept finding them open. And this one here, when you walk by his door, he said, come on in. So I got tired of walking. Trace has love, just a tremendous love for the drivers. And he pointed out some things that we didn't mean to overlook, but we just didn't see them. We just didn't see them. And he comes in and says, hey guys, if we do this, you'll see what he gives back. And these guys have been so happy this week. And he got some amazing stories about things that have happened. Absolutely. He loves truck drivers. And that's the man you need running a trucking company.
I just, I don't know, I was raised, my dad was a very humble man, and he just felt like he was never better than anybody, and it didn't matter who this person was, whether it was, didn't care what kind of car they had, what kind of house they went, he treated everybody the same. You know, everybody made everybody feel important. So that's what I try to do. Make people feel special. Do something to delight somebody. You know, just make your day. Grandmother always said, little small acts of Congress. I mean, small acts of kindness. You know, goes a long way. And
absolutely.
It's just a matter of
it all
treating
adds
people
up to the
good.
big thing.
It just
really does.
Just be good to people. Treat them good.
That's right. Your truck drivers keep y'all in business
and
too.
And they'll take care of you. I mean, they will. So I tell you, I've been around trucking, and I've seen presidents that really kind of look down their nose at people. And I'm like, man, how do you build a successful company? You know, people see that. Right. You know, they recognize that. You might not think they do, but when you get in upper management, I tell you, people watch everything you do.
Absolutely.
You know,
you're absolutely right.
You just got to always understand your own spotlight, and it comes easy for me. That's just the way I am. You know?
And you know, we don't have titles.
I hate it.
He don't like that. We don't.
Do not like to be called that. I mean, because I really truly.
He said, "Call me Trace."
My philosophy in management is you know, I work for them. You know, usually you have that pyramid, you turn it over and you got your employees down here and the president's at the top. I like to flip that pyramid over, and I like to put my people up here, and I want to be down here. You know, I want to put them first.
Oh, that's enough. And he's spreaded that to us, and to me, Doug, everybody around here. I tell people all the time when they be congratulating me, I said, no, I got a team. It ain't about me. I got a team.
Somebody put a deal on Facebook the other day. It was just a little caption, and it said, talked about it, said, it doesn't ever matter how important you are. You're never too important to be kind to people.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's
a good
statement. Boy, there is so much truth to that.
And it's never a time that you can't thank him. everything we have. You can. He's responsible for everything.
This is great that y'all are feeding. It's just so busy around here. So
Well,
much
it's
activity
you know,
going on.
when you
It's
feed,
just such a lot of energy.
It's the feeding deal. You never know from day to day how many guys you're gonna have on the yard. I mean, it's just
Right.
crap. You know, some days is bigger than others, and you just, you know. Of course, the good thing about it is we typically, the way our system works, drivers are coming through here all hours of the night, and also we can take some of this food and put it in the lounge, and they can come in later and make them a plate.
Right.
So it works out good.
And even during the day, you can break bread with your people, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
get to know everyone so much more intimately.
Well, I tell you,
get to know
we
them.
have broke some bread this week.
Now, I'm gonna walk.
Started Monday and we went all the way to Friday, and man, we have broke some bread. We had one of our big truck works vendors. That's who we buy our KWs from and parts and all. They came Wednesday and brought 2 big grills, and they cooked Boston butts, and they had chicken, and they had like lemon pepper chicken, spicy. I mean, they had it cooked all the way, and I mean, it was phenomenal.
It was
Man,
good.
y'all are eating
They really turned it on for us, so
That's so great.
but it was great.
I mean, if you think about it, though, you guys are the reason why we've had anything, especially during a pandemic. Like, y'all kept
Everything we got on.
commerce going. I mean,
You know, I made that. I was on the show Monday morning here in Troy, and that was one of the things that I brought up. You know, I said, you know, we're coming off a weekend where everybody's recognized 9/11, which was great. They gave, and my gosh, there's just never enough recognition there in my book. So that was great. You know, we got through that. You know, we're talking about the first responders and the true heroes that they are, and I truly believe that. But then again, you go back to early 2020. And you see, you know, we had this pandemic. Nobody knew anything about it. There was no vaccines. Everybody was scared. But man, I'm telling you, these truck drivers, I mean, they kept this country going.
They didn't
And
stop.
I mean, this is one industry here. If you shut it down, this country will come to a screeching halt.
Absolutely.
And it'll happen quick.
These guys are tough.
Yeah.
Right? They go out in any condition really and get the job done.
Well, you know, I'm telling you, I mean, it was, I remember when we were talking about this and when it was coming on in early 2020, man, we just, you know, we didn't know drivers were scared. We were like, man, just, you know, use your discretion. You know, if you get in a situation, don't feel comfortable, you call in and we'll work with you. And we just, you know, when they got sick, we let them take the truck home. We let them quarantine in the house. They never missed a paycheck. We took care of all our people. Everybody that was out got paid right through it, and we've continued that through this whole pandemic, and that's just the way we believe. We just believe in taking care of our people.
Take care of them.
And that's what we've done, you know. And in the long scheme of things, you know, it's really pennies when you look at it.
Right.
You know, taking care of a person
Absolutely.
here and there, paying a weekly, giving them a weekly.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. Though you've probably heard these words before, it's our wish for all travelers. For those carrying the things we need and visiting the ones they love. Those that take to the open road to feed their families, to see new sights, to get ahead. They spend hours, days, nights, even weeks on an endless ribbon of highway. Through the weather, the breakdowns, the closures. And then they see it. Glowing in the distance, that familiar sign. A sigh of relief. Each day, thousands stop by, each different, each with one thing in common. They need this. They need us. They need a home away from home. A place where everything is exactly the way they like it, and the everyday is done extraordinarily well. So today's a new day. Let's be that place. An open sign where there's none for miles. A familiar face that always says, "Welcome back."